You know those magical moments that you can just never forget? Like when you were a kid and you really wanted something desperately for Christmas. And it's Christmas morning, you go downstairs, and Santa has brought you exactly what you wished for. That is exactly how I felt when I found out that Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered was dropping. It was honestly such a good day. Oblivion has always had a special place in my heart for as long as I can remember. Back when I was younger, I would stay up way past my bedtime just to watch my brother Bart play. Sometimes he would have LAN parties with his friends and I would be in the background, wide-eyed, completely mesmerized as I sat there watching him run through the hills of Cyrodiil, and I was completely enchanted by the vastness of it all. And so let me take you back to my experience with Oblivion. When I finally was able to get my own PC that was powerful enough to run the game, I was about 15. It was completely game over for me for social life and things like that because I dove headfirst into the game and I didn't come up for air until I really needed to. The world building was just insane. The lush forests, the snow-capped mountains, the glowing Aelid ruins, the haunted forts. I played for 12 to sometimes maybe 18 hours a day during my 2-week Christmas holidays, and it was a full-blown obsession. I think that and Zelda Ocarina of Time honestly are what shaped me the most as a person in terms of media, but yeah. So imagine the craziness of the fact that me and my fiance Talon, I think about a month ago, were just randomly listening to the Oblivion soundtrack while cooking, and we were talking about how fun it would be to replay it. And I swear there is something to this collective consciousness, because then bam, out of nowhere, Bethesda dropped the news, and man, let me tell you, it truly felt like divine timing. We had already bought the original game, but yeah, this couldn't have come at a better time. So I remember playing Oblivion back when I was 15 and thinking, how is this even real? The scale of it all, the openness of the world was absolutely massive and groundbreaking, especially for 2006. That kind of freedom in a fantasy game just simply didn't exist back then, at least I don't think it did. And yeah, sure, there were like 3 voice actors for the whole game, but somehow the NPCs still felt so alive. They were just so weird and awkward and endearing. You would see someone walk through town and they would just say something absolutely bizarre, and that would just make the whole world feel so much more lived in and just better. Hey, so Editing Victoria here, coming to you from the editing room. I really wanted to show you clips from the original Oblivion just to represent what I was talking about, and I found 2 hilarious ones. One from a channel called Bacon with an underscore, and the other one from a channel called Elder Mur. Please enjoy.
How are you?
Been better. How about you?
Not bad.
Good to hear. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I hope I can help. Necromancy may be legal in Cyrodiil, but few will openly admit to practicing it now that the Mages Guild has banned it. Farewell.
May you rest in peace.
So this weirdness is exactly what makes Oblivion so special. It is peak comedy in my opinion. But anyway, I hope you thought it was as hilarious as I did, and back to the main video. Now, after playing Oblivion Remastered again, I've realized that if this game was released today for the very first time, it would still be legendary. I would even argue that it is better than Skyrim. And so when reflecting on how I played it back then, I remembered how much I loved modding, and I do really hope to mod again sometime in the future, because Fenrir, the wolf companion mod, it was my absolute favorite. I got to have a huge loyal wolf following me everywhere and attacking alongside with me. It truly made me feel like a hunter from World of Warcraft while still being able to keep all of my badass mage skills. And the other mod that was just absolutely amazing was a house mod that I had. I believe it was called called the Russell House mod. I don't really remember, I'm fuzzy on it, but it was between Coral and Bruma, and it was this little adorable secret cottage tucked away in the woods. Yeah, I really want that again in my current playthrough. So Talon and I have been playing most evenings since launch, and we've been playing side by side. Talon has been super sweet. He gave me the big TV to play on, and I am not kidding. When the epic cinematic title screen first came on, we both got instant chills. It was the same crest, same music, just sharper and even more vibrant. And then came the character creation, and oh my god, I had forgotten just how weird and wild these faces can be. I've seen all the Oblivion character meme screenshots floating around online, but until I actually tried to make an attractive character, I didn't. Yeah, it was just truly an experience. I think I spent about probably over an hour trying to make my elf look half decent, and this is what she turned out to look like. Definitely the epitome of high elf beauty, if you ask me.
Hey sexy lady, I like your flow. Your body's banging out of control.
But also, hilariously, my character sounds exactly like a gruff grown man every time she grunts in combat. It's amazing. It catches me off guard every time. And this is no shade to the original voice actress, because it truly just adds to that classic Oblivion weird charm. Okay, but also a super random tangent. Something that has been wild to me is just how different people's playthroughs can be. Talon and I have started playing around the same time, and we have probably logged similar amounts of hours, but I am leveling so ridiculously slow compared to him. He's like level 17, and here I am not even at level 10 yet.
Because I haven't leveled for like many hours. Because I want to keep things low so I can just snipe them with one arrow.
You coward.
It takes coward. How dare you? I'm a sniper of the highest caliber, and I deserve to feel as such.
I'm just saying that because I'm only level 7.
I'm probably like, if I were to level up, probably like 17 or 18.
It's good for you. That must feel good.
And I think it might be because I've been leaning super heavily into destruction magic and just not using enough of my other skills. I'm basically just this chaotic mage blasting people with fire and shock. And now that I have the awesome destruction staff, I'm just sniping enemies with lightning as I go. But I definitely need to diversify my skill set soon, because there are so many spells and quests that I want to dive into. And being stuck at low level and not being able to do them is honestly kind of lame. There are definitely still some crazy glitches. Like, I've had deers follow me, almost ramming into me without letting up for maybe 30 minutes at a time. And I don't know if you've heard about the guy who got chased by a unicorn for 8 hours, but honestly, these hilarious glitches are part of what makes this game so unpredictable and special. And can we just talk about the sound design for a second? It is still so phenomenal. The NPCs still speak in that classic, slightly awkward way.
What? Hurry up!
Hello. The prey approaches.
I'm glad they kept this part, because it's so ridiculous and over the top, but it sends bursts of serotonin into me each time it happens, because it's just so funny.
Cheese for everyone!
It's like the best kind of comfort hug in game form. Instantly familiar, yet constantly surprising me with little details that I've never noticed before. And I have to mention the clairvoyance spell. I know a lot of games have this now, but it is my saving grace. I genuinely get lost constantly, both in games and real life, so having a gentle glowing path nudging me along is the ideal. I think without it, I'd spend hours running in circles if I'm being honest, but yeah. Right now I'm knee deep in Mage Guild quests, and I hunted down some early gear. I have Fin Gleam, eel boots, and the Black Hand robes. Fin Gleam took some effort. I remembered where it was located vaguely from years ago, and I refused to look it up online. So I spent hours, maybe 3 hours, diving underwater just to find it, but it was so worth it. And I've also been steadily battling my way through the arena, and now I've reached the final showdown facing the Grey Prince, Agranak Gromalog. And let me tell you, This is not an easy moment for me. Agronach is genuinely so kind and noble-hearted, and the idea of fighting him is breaking my heart. If you've experienced the Grey Prince questline in the past, you'll know exactly why this moment is so tough. Without spoiling anything, it is seriously one of the most emotionally just intense storylines in Oblivion, maybe even the darkest one from the whole game. No matter how you resolve it, let's just say it's bittersweet. Not even bittersweet, I'd say more tragic. So if you've been through this, I genuinely love your thoughts. What did you choose? Because right now I'm truly stuck on whether I want to continue fighting him and become Grand Champion, or maybe I want to relive his quest and all of the emotions that comes with it. But then at the same time, a part of me just wants to leave him while he's still bright and starry-eyed. And yeah, honestly, that is what makes Oblivion so special. You can spend hours doing the most random things and it all feels meaningful and emotionally impactful. I feel like some other recent games like Zelda Tears of the Kingdom just didn't have that same depth of payoff, but hey, that is a rant for another day. And I am very curious to everyone that is playing right now. Did you start the main quest line early? I did, and I think I may have done it a little bit too soon. In my just sheer excitement to play, I quickly found Brother Martin and eagerly closed the first Oblivion gate at Kvatch. And now there are gates popping up everywhere, and it has been quite overwhelming at times, honestly, when trying to explore. It was definitely a novice mistake because I completely forgot that that was a thing, but lesson learned. I'll just not do that again in my next playthrough, hopefully to get more exploring and even more role-playing. But despite all that, I am seriously having the time of my life. I cannot remember the last time I enjoyed playing a game this much. Oh, and hearing Brother Martin's voice again, it was such an awesome surprise. I totally forgot that he was voiced by Sean Bean. So when he started speaking, I was like, oh my god, it's Ned Stark. It's Ned Stark and Boromir.
We've been trapped here since the Daedra overran the city.
And it gave me all the extra cinematic goodness that his voice would bring, and it made opening the Oblivion gates maybe a little worth the chaos. But bottom line, this remaster is honestly everything I could have hoped for. Beautiful graphics, smooth gameplay, and it has that perfect nostalgic charm. It has reminded me why I fell in love with gaming in the first place. So whether you're an old school Oblivion fan or a completely new player and you're curious to try it, this game is absolutely worth your time. It's a special experience that is made even more magical, in my opinion, by the remaster. Anyway, I could seriously talk about this forever, but I will wrap it up here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me gush about one of my all-time favorite games to you. I hope you enjoyed this little ramble, and I also hope to see you in my next video. Goodbye.